resistance.
Well, I want to be the first one to volunteer for Roger's sleep aid because I'm mentioning that in my speech. Lack of sleep. Resistance. The act of resisting, opposing, withstanding, etc. Number 2, the power and capacity to resist. Specifically, the ability of an organization to ward off opposition. A force that retards, hinders, or opposes motion. And I like this one. Psychoanalysis. The actual psychological opposition to the bringing up of unconscious, usually repressed material to consciousness. When I first heard Maureen read the names of the speakers for today, and she read my name, I thought, oh no, not again. I just gave a speech. What's up with the rotation? I can't do it. I'll make up an excuse. I'll be sick. I just won't do it. I can't do it. And then I thought, oh, that's resistance. That's the thing that I think about when I wake up in the middle of the night when everybody else is asleep. But that's when I think about why I do the things I do. Resistance. It's that little voice, what I call in the stillness of the midnight voice that tells you, if you're resistant, that's the next thing that you're supposed to do. So I knew that resistance was the name of my speech, and I was going to do it. Louise Hay says, in this book, You Can Heal Your Life, resistance is the first step in your healing process. Well, I can certainly stand to be healed. So I better look at why I've been so resistant all of my life to anything anybody told me to do. I was digging in my heels by the time they got it out of their mouths. So, my favorite connector. In our office, we had a year-long class called The Power of Focus. It was really good, and it was really interesting, and I really wanted to do it on a conscious level, but when we had the first one, and I found out that you were actually going to have to do some stuff other than sit there and listen, I started digging in my heels. And by the next class, I managed to be sick. I caught a cold. And I really was sick, but I feel that I made myself sick to avoid it. Now, we're in another class in our company, and it's called 6 Weeks to Mastery. And we're supposed to write down a business plan. A business plan. I have never, ever, I'm not proud of it, but I've never, ever written a business plan. So we agreed that we would go to the class and we would write a business plan and we would meet with our broker to have a coaching session. So I worked on it, and I had all these papers and all these notebooks and all this stuff, and it was time for my coaching session. So I just bundled up all the stuff coaching session and put it down on her desk. And I said, okay, I'm going to admit to you that I have never, ever written a business plan. And I can't figure it out, and it freaks me out. And if you'll just tell me what I need to do, the numbers that I need to put in the business plan to make $100,000 next year, you write it down and I'll do it. So she said, okay. That was it. Okay. And she did some stuff, and she said, okay, here's what you need to do. And she wrote down that I needed 30 referrals to produce the transactions that I needed to make $100,000 next year. I said, okay, easy. I can get 30 referrals. And so, these business cards, each one of you have a little more than, I may not have enough cards, but if each one of you will write down a referral